Well, look what we got here. Knights of Apollo. What's up, guys? It's Pixie Poo, and I am so ready to show you another battle replay in Total War Warhammer. This one is a 2v2 between the Dwarfs and the Greenskins. It's a pretty good battle. Also, I'm fighting in this battle, so I will be able to talk about my strategy, what I was thinking, and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get started with the army comps, and then we can finally begin the battle. Which, by the way, we have to keep it paused because the Goblin Riders here are about to strike, which they have Vanguard capabilities, so that's why they're so close to my army. So, my Dwarven force, I have 3 units of Thunderers. I'm going to use them to focus down like giants and monsters like that. And then I have 2 units of the Grudge Throwers and 2 units of the Organ Guns. So I'm really going to rely on my artillery. I'm playing very defensive, which is a very good strategy with the dwarves. I mean, they're just a defensively built army. And then I have 4 units of Longbeards. These guys are pretty solid, very cost effective, pretty good. And then I have 2 units of Longbeards with great weapons. And back here I have the Iron Breakers. So I'm going to have those explosive charges. These guys are so good. And then I have the Master Engineer to help reload my artillery and guns faster. And here's my General, Iron Fist, who has infinite morale. So let's move on to my allies' army. And his army formation here is a little bizarre. He is getting chased down by all these Goblin riders here. But he has a couple miners with blasting charges. And he has 4 units of the Quarrelers, so he's got some crossbows. He's got 2 Slayers, and for artillery, he has the cannon. He's got, a good mix of Longbeards with great weapons. Actually, yes, all 4 of these units are all Longbeards with great weapons. And he's got more Hammerers over here. He's also bringing Iron Fist, and he has more Slayers, which are going to be pretty useful against those monsters and infantry. And here's his cannon. So that's pretty much it for his army. Let's move on to the next army. This first one here has a lot of Orc Armor Boys, I think is how you pronounce it. It's like a archer. It's a pretty solid archer unit. And then he has a lot of Orc Big Guns and Black Orcs, I believe, with some pretty heavy upgrades. So he has a small but elite force of troops. I think he also has a giant. Moving on to the next army, he's bringing some Orc Big Guns. They're in the front line. He's got a lot of Black Orcs in the back here. 2 units of Doom Divers. Got to watch out for them. Here is the General. And over here, we have more forces of Savage Orcs. A lot of Orc Boy Big Guns. And he has a giant and more cav, I believe. And is this a chariot? Oh yes, a nice boar chariot here. Fantastic. I haven't seen an orc chariot the entire time I play this game, but they are charging out some goblin riders. So let's go ahead and begin this battle and start the spicy battle of justice. And how dare the Greenskins oh, jeez. Okay, so the artillery already shelling down. So what he's doing here is he's trying to take out my artillery, but I'm going to push forward my infantry to protect my artillery. I am getting some friendly fire on my dwarves. That's a big mistake there, but that's okay. At least I'm protecting them against this vicious this charge. So I think that was a pretty successful maneuver there for my end. And they are breaking from the fight. They don't really have great morale. Unfortunately, my Iron Breakers were using their explosive charges, which I did not want them to do. It was not worth it. But I'm going to go ahead and reform my army and go ahead and start firing the Grudge Thrower and the Organ Guns, which can just rip through armor. Look at this. Look at this beautiful machine of justice. Go ahead and take a screenshot of it. It's so beautiful. I got to just keep it in my photo memories. Here comes another cav charge coming in. I'm going to use my gyrocopters to try to skirmish them down a little bit. They don't have any skirmishing capabilities, so I'm not too worried about losing my gyrocopter. I can be very aggressive with my gyrocopter. And I'm actually retreating my gunners here, trying to get them away from the cav. And I'm going to push up my my Longbeards to protect them. Just constantly just maneuvering my army around. Because that's the thing about the dwarves, is that they're a very slow army. So you got to be constantly watching the flanks, making sure you protect your flanks from cav charges. But he's losing a lot of good goblins here because of my gyrocopters. I was gonna say artillery, but you know, whatever. It's kind of like flying artillery, you know. But there's a charge into my my iron breakers, which do pretty good against charges. Oh, and I'm still firing at these cav units, and it's looking pretty good. I mean, I didn't really expect him to get a lot of kills from that early charge. So what I'm gonna do now is reposition my army, because I noticed that the greenskins are pushing hard on my flank, and this is actually a pretty good idea. Now the reason he's doing this is to try to get around my artillery, make it difficult for me to form up and have a proper defense. So also he's got this like terrain support, so he can actually hide his men behind this hill so my artillery can't hit him. So at this point, I decided to just fall back. You know what? If he's going to be sneaky like that, if he's actually going to use strategy, which, you know, hats off to him, I'm going to fall back and use my own strategy. I'm going to use this slight slope so I can set my organ guns on there and my grudge throwers. My brimstone gyrocopter. I always forget the name, the gyrocopters. They were harassing some of his cav. Again, he doesn't really have an answer for that, you know? He doesn't have any skirmishers or skirmish cav or anything like that. So it's looking all right. He's got more. Oh, it looks like he has some goblins returning to the battlefield. So the point of view of these stinky goblins. Filthy goblins. Oh, are they falling back? Oh, I'm shooting them with the brimstone gun. Beautiful, beautiful. So they are falling back there. And I'm reforming. So this is where the battle kind of slows down a little bit. My ally is reforming his army. He's got his artillery just constantly shelling the other orc army. So this is where things get interesting. He needs to try to charge in with his ally at the same time. The Doom Divers are coming in as well. I gotta watch out for them. They're going for my handgunners here. Oh, yep. Yep, you can see the wings of the Doom Divers just fly all over the place. And my Thunderers are taking some pretty big hits right there. So there was really nothing I could have done about that. I charged forward my gyrocopter to try to silence it. But I noticed that the greenskins were pushing up their archers. So yeah, they're trying to fire back. Oh, let's see if that volley hits any of my... actually, I think it hit it a little bit. Not really. I don't think I took any damage there. But yeah, this is going to be a big issue. Those Doom Divers do so much damage. And they're just, you know, they're like heat-seeking missiles. You know what I mean? They just follow and go on to kill your dreams and destroy your hopes. So yeah, I mean, all he could really do is just sit and wait. I mean, I was kind of glad he was wasting his ammo on my gunners. Because I'd much rather have them die than my infantry, because that's really what I'm most afraid of not having infantry against the orc infantry. But you can see the orcs up here taunting. From their point of view, they cannot see the dwarves, so they have no idea what to expect once they charge over this hill. But I have set up my artillery, so pretty soon I'm going to be able to fire back. The organ gun's on a little bit of a slope here. Oh, this is going to be so epic. Watching the orcs charge down this hill at any second now. Doom Divers still coming in. Here's the point of view of the organ gun crew. Gyrocopters coming back. I'm now pushing up my grudge throwers to try to fire back at the at the Doom Divers. So see if we can get any hits here. Incoming! Oh, so close. Almost destroyed this back machine over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here we go, guys. All right, here's the point of view of the dwarf. Or the dwarf's point of view. Here they come. The orcs are coming. Fire the organ guns. So this is really good. He's got to maneuver like this. Oh, the Thunderers are firing. Taking out as many as possible. Such bravery. You know, standing their ground while getting harassed by Doom Divers. So I'm going to fall them back because, you know, they're really no use in the front line. Also, we've got another flank going on over on this side. So he's really pushing a lot of his cav. I'm using my gyrocopter to try to focus down his cav. And then here comes a charge of savage orcs and a giant. I've got my gunners in the back. They're going to try to focus down this giant. Oh, he fell over like a clumsy idiot. My artillery is also, my organ gun's firing at him. My master engineer is firing at him. Is he going to fall over again, dude? Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. Hold the line, men. Hold the line. So let's see what's going on over on this side. So yeah, the black orcs trying to push through my defenses. Things are not looking great, but we are holding. And if I can take out that giant, I can still have hope in this fight. So here's some iron breakers holding back against these black orcs. My gunners are doing a ton of damage to this giant. Look at this. The giant's already down to low health. He's going to get a couple shots, though, before he is before he's dead. And my ally is trying to protect my back flank from these orc boar boy big guns. The slayers are doing an excellent job of taking out the cav. He was able to charge some of my artillery, my allies' artillery, but my gyrocopter is just really, it's making it tough for them and making it easy for me. There we go. We slayed the giant. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and charge in my infantry that was watching the flank, and they're gonna join this epic fight going on this side. You can see the Doom Divers still going in after my Thunderers in the background. Those poor Thunderers, man. But they did their duty. That's all I really needed them for. Just taking out that giant. If we look on this side, the other orc army has yet to commit his forces. So this was not a well-timed assault. Oh, but look at the chariot. The chariot, that's such a cute little chariot. Oh, I'm dropping some justice on these black orcs from my gyro bombers. So that was awesome. That will hopefully help turn the tide of battle. We have Iron Fist looking the wrong way, cheering at his men. He's like, yes, artillery. Fire the artillery. What is he doing? Go fight, man. There we go. Gyrocopters supporting my infantry. It's good to have support. And now I'm flanking him, and we can see the fire burning from the explosive charges. All right, so we've got some archers moving up on this side. This battle's far from over. It's not over yet. We got to take care of this army. So there's his archers. There we go. They're firing. And man, the orc armies in red look really cool. Looks like the dwarves are going to do a counter assault. They're feeling pretty good about their odds here, so they're going to charge back. Try to take on these orcs. We're breaking the black orcs here. Or no, these are orc big guns. And we see a huge chain route. The general is also breaking here. He just does not like the way the battle is going, so he's going to save his own skin. He's going to save his green skin. I don't get it. And then let's see what's going on here. The dwarves are committing. My dwarven ally, or dwarfen ally. And here's the other general. Oh! Taking on some of these dwarves. Fantastic. So these hammerers, these great weapons. An epic battle against these black orcs. But we do have a flanking unit of crossbowmen who are going to try to get around the front line and shoot at the backs of the orcs. So my ally, he wants to get some kills, but look at this. Some of his men are breaking. They just can't handle the power of the black orcs. But we got, are they going to throw some blasting charges here? I don't know. I think they're going to actually just charge in. What are they doing? Come on, throw some blasting charges. Quickly. No, you're looking the wrong way. You're getting shot with arrows. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Alright, so with my army, I'm going to go ahead and charge them to the other side. And up here, we have the orcs who, actually, a lot of them have returned. And I believe he's going to try to march down and support his ally. Obviously, he doesn't want to fight me head on. But my gyrocopter is just harassing them. And there was nothing they could have done about my gyrocopter here. So that's too bad for them. Too bad for them. Oh, we got a massive chain route from the other orc army. And the dwarves are finally cutting through their defenses. And yes, that's a massive chain route right there. And that is going to be victory. So yeah, very short battle, but a very fun battle. I thought there was some mind games going on in the beginning when the orcs were kind of flanking around. I like that aggressive charge he did with this goblin cav. That was really cool, but it didn't pay off. And they didn't really have an answer for my gyrocopters, so that was helpful to me. So let's go ahead, end this replay, and see what we got here for stats. So I didn't have the smallest army. Rebel Tryhard had the smallest army, but I was close. I lost 400 men. Let's see, how many kills did I get here? Pretty good with the organ guns. My grudge thrower is doing all right. My gyrocopter doing fantastic. Gunners didn't get a ton of kills, but they took out that giant, which was game-changing. And my iron breakers did pretty solid. My infantry did okay. So everyone did pretty well. You know, nobody like did a crazy good or crazy well, but nobody did like really bad. Looking at my allies' army, looks like pretty much the same thing. His crossbows here are getting a ton of kills. Wow, 103 and 87 from his cannon. That is really good. So good job to my ally. Did great with the artillery. And then looking at the greenskins, we have Rebel Tryhard, who his black orcs did not perform. They got an okay amount of kills, but for their skill level, not really doing amazing. His cav was pretty much shut down there at the beginning, and this other player who had the Goblin Riders, they got shut out pretty hard. 006 kills. His Doom Diver is getting 43. Orc Big Gun's doing okay. Black Orcs, they could have done better. I mean, they had a lot of gold chevrons there. He spent a lot of money on them, and they just did not perform. His archers, well, some of them did okay. This one got 0. This one got 15 to 18, but wasn't crazy successful. So I hope you enjoyed this battle. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast playing it, and if you did like it, be sure to leave a like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing with your life? No, I'm just kidding. If you want to see more epic battles, be sure to subscribe for more videos. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.